Hi, my name is Kirshvi. I'm a realtor here in Southern California, and today I had a question from Angelito. Thank you so much for asking. This is about residential versus manufactured homes, and what's the pros and cons of owning each one. So, I just want to briefly go over that. I mean, I have a huge list about it, but I'm just going to go over just a few bullet points, and hopefully, this helps you understand what's the differences, pros and cons. So first, let's go over manufactured home. Let's go over the pros about a manufactured home. Now, the pros is that the actual home itself is a lot cheaper to buy. So it costs less. Now, this doesn't mean necessarily that it's easier to get it, but it costs less. So it's going to be typically 1/4 to 1/5 of a residential home in the same square footage and in a similar location. Next, another benefit is you usually live in a community. I've seen these communities and they are great. Like they have pools, they have tennis courts, they have a community area where you could have your friends over, and there's parking for people so you could bring them over. And also because they are on this land that you're leasing, that they take care of it, so you don't have to worry about that, and they have really good locations. So those are some of the pros. Let's go over some of the cons now, and this is where it's difficult for people and they get confused and they get a little bit lost and discouraged. Now, it is more difficult in times to get qualified for a manufactured home than a residential home. And you're like, why? These homes are a lot less. And that's because you're dealing with two parties. One is going to be the one that's selling the property itself, and then there's going to be the owner of the land. Now, usually you're going to have to work with a realtor to buy the home itself, and you're going to have to find a way to talk to the landlord, which a realtor will help you on both of them, but you're gonna have to get two different one loan for the home itself, unless you buy it outright, and then you're going to have to pay for the land lease and get qualified. And the qualification is going to be for the person that's living in the home. So if you're going to buy this for a parent or whatnot, you gotta have to make sure that they can qualify for the land itself. So and usually when you get those loans, it's not going to be a 30-year an FHA. It's going to be a special type of loan, and they're 20 years. And then the land, just to give you an example, you'll find these lands to cost anywhere from I'd say $900 to $1,600 a month to lease them. So every month you're going to be paying that, and every year it could go up more and more. You generally find it to go up about 3%. So it's not too bad. It's gonna same with property tax of buying a home, but you're gonna have to qualify. Landlord of these lands, they generally want you to be. So if the land is $1,000, they want you to make $3,000, so 1/3 of it. Plus, they want to make sure that you can pay for the property on top of it. So they're gonna add that on. So now let's say it comes out to 4,000, so they want you to make 1,250. I mean, they want you to make 4,000 to be able to afford 1,250. So the math gets a little different. The interest rates get a little bit higher, and the time constraint is less for the property on top. So those are some pros and cons. It gets a little bit complicated, but I'm here to help. Now let's go for the pros about owning a residential home. Now, the one that I really like, I'm just gonna go straight to it, is appreciation. And what appreciation is I buy this home, let's say in 2020, and how much is it gonna be? I buy it for $500,000. How much is it gonna be worth in 10 years from now? In California, it's usually around 3 to 4% over 10 years. But in certain areas, I can tell you in South Pasadena, we have locations where in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, like places where it just went up like 7, 8, even some years 12 to 16%. So you bought a home for $1 million. Next year it could have went to 1.16. The following year it could be worth 1.3 million. Now it's a lot of money that you could be making on these homes. So as an investment, as a place to build wealth, residential homes going to be the place to go. These manufactured homes, they don't go up in value much. If not, they depreciate just from wear and tear. They're easy to build. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Okay, another pro about owning a home is that you could do what you want with your land for the most part. Of course, there's zoning rules. You got to go make sure the city's okay. Get certain licenses for certain things, as in if you're going to want to add an additional bedroom or bathroom, but it could be done. So you have those benefits. Um, it's okay. Now let's go through some cons because I keep going on the pros. Some cons would be you have to worry about everything you own. It's more expensive for a residential home to upkeep, in the most part, because they are made with different material. You have to worry about, since you own the land, you have to worry about erosion or any other constraints on your land. So that's going to be a cost to you if you're into the gardening or whatnot. Usually a bigger land, bigger upkeep. So those are going to be some of the cons. So just to sum it up, I know a lot of people want to look at manufactured homes, but if you're looking at a $100,000 manufactured home that has a monthly payment of around, let's say $1,000, that's going to, you're comparing that to a $400,000 residential home as qualifications. That's going to be a rough. That's not going to be exact for everybody because depending on what the landlord's looking for in the manufactured homes and depending on your credit score for what they're looking for in the residential homes, it's going to make a big difference. Hope you found that useful. This is just a little short summary. I mean, I could go down this list and it's like hundreds of things of pros and cons, but this is just a general scope. Hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.